Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm Ananya. Have you ever heard a sentence like this one? I have had headaches ever since I had that accident. And you thought, wait, two hads in one sentence? Is there a mistake or is there a typo? Absolutely not. It's a correct grammatical sentence. In today's lesson, we'll clear all the confusion about has had, have had, and the most confusing one of all, had. By the end of this video, you'll be able to confidently use these structures in your English sentences. Come on, let's get started. Let's start with the basics. The verb have means to possess something, to experience something, or to own something. Example, I have a car, or she has time, or they have experience. Until here, there is no problem. This is the basic use of have. Now let's understand how to use has had and have had. Take a look at this sentence. I have had this phone for 3 years. Take a look at the timeline. When did I buy the phone? 3 years ago. That's in the past. Do I still have the phone now? Yes, I'm still using it right now. This is exactly when we use have had. Now, this structure tells us two things at the same time. First, the experience started in the past, that is, I started using the phone in the past. And the second, the result or situation continues till now. It means I still use the phone. The grammar structure looks something like this. Subject plus have or has. Now, use of have or has will depend on the subject you use. If you use he, she, it, we use has. This is a basic rule in English. And finally comes had. This structure is called the present perfect tense. Let's understand it better. If you say, I had this phone 3 years ago, this sentence is in simple past. This sentence only talks about the past. It does not tell us whether I still have the phone or not. But when I say, I have had this phone for 3 years, I am clearly saying I bought it earlier. It means I purchased it earlier and I still own it. I hope now it's pretty clear when do we use have had or has had. Let's take a look at some more examples. She has had pain for months. We'll use has because the subject is she. But what does this mean? The pain started earlier, that is in the past. The pain hasn't fully gone. Even in the present, she's got the pain. We have had many challenges in our business. So the challenges started in the past and they still continue in the present. We have had many meetings this week. So the week isn't over. Meetings started in the past and there are many upcoming meetings in the current week. So the week isn't over yet. So remember, has had or have had is used to talk about a past experience that is connected to the present. This means the challenges or actions started earlier, the impact still matters today. Here's another example. I have had this problem since Monday. So here since shows the starting point. She has had a fever for 3 days. Now here for shows the duration. So with such structures, we often use since and for. They are mainly used to show a starting point or a duration. Now in this lesson, I will not explain in detail the use of since and for, but if you want me to do a separate lesson on the use of since and for, do let me know in the comments. Now let's move on to the most confusing part. Had. Yeah, I know it sounds a bit strange because it's got two hads. And yes, it's 100% correct to use two hads in a sentence. Take a look at this example. I had dinner before I went to the meeting. Take a look at the timeline. We have two actions that happened in the past. I ate dinner, I went to the meeting. But which happened first? I ate dinner first. Then I went to the meeting. Because one past action happened before another past action, we've used had for the earlier action. Can I say I had eaten dinner? Yes, you can. See, have is generally used for possession. We understood that at the start of the lesson. But in English, we also use have to naturally say have breakfast, have lunch, or have dinner. So have is the present form, and we have converted have to had because we are talking about the past. So it's I had dinner before I went to the meeting. The structure is pretty simple. We use the subject plus had plus the object of the sentence. And this structure is called the past perfect tense. It helps us to say that this thing already happened before another past moment. Take a look at this sentence. I had dinner, then I went to the meeting. Now the sentence is correct, but it does not clearly highlight the order of the events. But when I say I had dinner before I went to the meeting, the sequence of events become much clearer. She had enough practice before the exam started. So practice happened first and exam happened later. They had several warnings before the company closed. So the warnings came first and then the company closed. He had experience in sales before he joined the firm. So first, he had the experience, that's the first event, and later he joined the company. We had multiple discussions before taking the final decision. Now can you tell me which event occurred first and which event occurred later? Drop your answers in the comments. Alright, now let's move on to the most important and the most powerful part of this lesson. Now this is where your English will move from basic to advanced. We can use have had and had together in one sentence. And when do we do that? When we want to show cause and effect across time. Confused? Let's understand with an example. I have had back pain ever since I had an accident. I know this sounds a bit confusing, but let's understand it. Here we are talking about two experiences. First, the accident. Second, the back pain. So the accident happened first, that is in the distant past. So we have used had. And what about the back pain? The back pain started after the accident and is still relevant right now. It means in the present there is still pain. And that's why we've used have had. So in short, when do we use have had and had in same sentence? We use them when one experience is connected to the present, while another experience happened even earlier in the past. The structure is a bit longer and it looks like this. We use the subject plus have or has had plus the ongoing result, followed by because, since, after, again a subject plus had plus the original clause. Let's form some sentences using this structure. She has had trust issues because she had a bad relationship. So bad relationship came first, so we've used had. Trust issues continue till now, so we've used has had. He has had confidence problems after he had a public failure. Let's break it down. The public failure happened earlier in the past, so we have used had. The confidence problems started after the failure and are still present today. That's why we have used has had. Here's one more example. They have had financial troubles because they had losses earlier. So what happened first? The losses happened earlier, hence we've used had. And what followed those losses? The financial trouble, which continues even now. So we've used have had. It's a simple cause and effect situation. I hope you understood how to use have had and had together in one sentence. Well, now it's time to test your understanding. It's quiz time. You have 3 questions on your screen. In the blank, you have to choose the correct option. You can take a screenshot or pause the video here and drop your answers in the comments. So English learners, that's all for today. So I hope today you were able to solve a very common doubt what most English learners face, even the advanced English learners. If you like this lesson, hit like, subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends who are learning English. They might actually need these kind of grammar lessons. And if you want more such interesting grammar lessons, let me know in the comments. I will see you soon with another English lesson. Until then, keep learning and keep practicing English. Bye for now.